A surprise on the line. The engines on the Fat Controller's railway are all proud to work with each other, whether it's pulling a goods train together, sharing passengers, or even carrying out repairs on the track. Everyone knows it's important to work with each other, because working together has its own surprises. One day the Fat Controller arrived at Tidmouth's sheds. He had special news for the engines. "Hiro is coming back to Sodor," he smiled. "I want all of you to make him feel welcome." The engines were very excited. They all liked Hiro. "I cannot wait to see him again," grinned Henry. "Will he be staying with us, sir?" asked Percy. "I'm afraid not, Percy," said the Fat Controller. "He's only going to be with us for a short while. His controller has agreed to let us have him once every so often." Thomas and Percy were disappointed to hear this. They wanted Hiro to stay with them on Sodor. "I want to hold a welcome back party for Hiro at Knapford's sheds," the Fat Controller went on, "so I want all of you to help out." All the engines agreed to help out. They all wanted Hiro to feel like one of them again. At Knapford Station, Toby was there talking to Whiff and Murdoch. "I cannot wait to see Hiro again," he smiled excitedly. "The Fat Controller is holding a special party for him."
"Who's Hiro?"
asked Whiff. "I've not heard of him before," said Murdoch.
"He's known as Master of the Railway,"
said Toby, and he told them all about Hiro. Whiff and Murdoch were very impressed.
"I'll help out too,"
smiled Whiff.
"I'll try and finish early so I can give a helping hand."
"I'll help out with the heavy trains to Knapford sheds," agreed Murdoch.
"Thank you," said Toby, "but whatever you do, don't tell Hiro."
The engines agreed, and they all set off to work. Thomas puffed into Brendam Docks with a flatbed. He had to collect a special banner from the workmen. Then, as Thomas ran to the bend, he gasped. There, standing on the rails, was Hiro. He had just been unloaded from the ship. Thomas was so excited he raced up to him. Thomas puffed up alongside his friend and gave a happy whistle. Hiro was pleased to see him. "Hello, Thomas, my good friend," he smiled. "Hello, Hiro," beamed Thomas. "Welcome back to Sodor." "Thank you, Thomas," grinned Hiro. "I have so many stories to tell you." But before Thomas could answer, the workmen had already loaded the banner onto the flatbed. Then, as they were tying it down, the foreman came over to Thomas. "It's all loaded, Thomas," he said. "Be on your way now, please." Thomas sighed. He didn't want to leave Hiro, but he knew he had work to do. "I must go now, Hiro," he said. "I'll have a listen to your stories later." Before Hiro could say anything, Thomas puffed away with the banner. Hiro felt unhappy. He didn't like being alone. It made him think of the lonely siding he'd been stuck in all those years. Salty chugged up alongside him. "Oi, what seems to be the trouble, matey?" he asked. Hiro told Salty that Thomas had set off before he could listen to his story. "Don't be too upset," smiled Salty. "Thomas is a busy engine. We're all busy." Hiro cheered up a little bit. "I understand," he said. "Maybe I can tell you my stories." "Aye, I'd love to," tooted Salty, "but I have trucks to deliver. Mustn't be late." Salty chugged away with his train of trucks. Hiro didn't know what to think now. He wanted someone to talk to, but felt like no one would have time for him. Then a little smile came back on Hiro's face. "Thomas may be busy at the moment," he thought, "but that doesn't mean I can't talk to the other engines." And he set off down the tracks to find some engines. As Hiro puffed away from the sea, he started to feel confident about himself. "I know there will be an engine around here who will want to talk to me," he smiled, "even if it's just for a short while." Then he saw Molly up ahead with a train ready to take to Knapford sheds. Percy was there. He was going to double-header it with her. They were going to deliver tables and chairs for Hiro's party. Hiro puffed happily over to the two engines. "Hello, Percy," he smiled. "It's been a long time." Percy beamed when he saw Hiro. He was so excited he blew a long and happy whistle. "Hello, Hiro," he said. "Welcome back." "Thank you, Percy," said Hiro. Molly was a bit puzzled. She didn't know who he was. Percy decided to help her. "Molly, this is Hiro," introduced Percy. "We all helped rescue him from scrap."
Hiro, this is Molly, one of my special friends.
Hello, Hiro, whistled Molly. Then the guard blew his whistle, and she and Percy knew they had to go.
I'm sorry, Hiro, said Percy, but we have to go now.
Important delivery to make, agreed Molly. The two engines set off with their train of trucks. Hiro watched sadly as the two engines set off into the distance. He felt sad. Why is everyone leaving me? He wondered. Cheer up, Hiro, said his driver. They'll have time to talk to you soon. It's important to finish your jobs on time, reminded his fireman. They don't want to get into trouble for being late. Hiro knew his fireman was right. He knew the Fat Controller wanted his engines to be on time and really reliable. I'll try and visit the Fat Controller when he isn't busy, he suggested. His driver and fireman agreed, and Hiro set off. Hiro puffed into the countryside. He enjoyed the green fields, the brightly coloured flowers in the fields, and even the birds made him smile. This is just like my home, he sighed happily. Then he saw a goods train stuck on the line in front of him. Hiro was surprised to see this. What's a goods train doing stuck on the main line? He thought to himself. Hiro puffed up to the train and discovered that Arthur, who was pulling the train, was not happy. Arthur was surprised to see Hiro. Hello, friend, smiled Hiro. Arthur stuttered for a moment, but then managed to speak. Hello, I'm Arthur, said Arthur. My name is Hiro, smiled Hiro. Hiro could see something was wrong. What seems to be the problem? He asked. My fire bar's collapsed, sighed Arthur. Then my fire went out. I can't go any further. Hiro was worried for Arthur. Then he had an idea. I could deliver your train for you, he suggested. Then you won't be late. Arthur wasn't at all sure. The goods train he was delivering was to go to Knapford's sheds. He didn't want Hiro to see his own surprise. Then he heard a whistle. It was Emily. She had arrived to help Arthur. Emily smiled when she saw Hiro.
Hello, Hiro,
she whistled.
It's wonderful to see you again.
Thank you, Emily, wished Hiro. Is there anything we can do to help? Asked Hiro's driver. No, thank you, said Emily's driver. We'll be able to fix it ourselves. Come on then, Hiro, said the fireman. We better let the engines get back to work. Yes, sir, said Hiro sadly. Goodbye, Emily. And Hiro set off feeling very upset. Emily felt sorry for Hiro, but she knew he would love his surprise. Hiro couldn't have felt sadder. He wanted to be with his friends, but all of his friends were very busy. Then he heard a strange sound. What's that? He asked his driver. The faint sound got louder and louder. It sounds like a sheep, he said, but where is it coming from? They soon found out. Hiro gasped when he approached the field. There in front of him was a field of sheep. Stop! He cried. His driver brought Hiro to a stop. They were surprised. Oh no! Moaned the fireman. The sheep were broken out of the field! The driver and fireman climbed down to try and clear away the sheep. They went left, then right, and then round in circles. They raced about so much that they made themselves dizzy. Now what? Complained the fireman. I'll go and get help, said the driver. I'll be back in a bit, Hiro. Hiro stood sadly in front of the sheep. The sheep made quite a bit of noise. The fireman climbed back into the cab and turned off the steam. Meanwhile, the Fat Controller was at Knapford's sheds keeping an eye on everything. The tables and chairs were put into place and the banner was put high on the shed. Bunting had been put on trucks and coaches. Everything looked splendid. Excellent, he smiled. Hiro will love this. I can't wait to see the look on Hiro's face, smiled Edwin. He'll love it, grinned Harvey. Then the foreman raced up. He had some bad news. Hiro is stuck, he explained. Some sheep are blocking his way and he can't get through. Oh dear, growled Percy. What can we do? It's easy, Percy, said the Fat Controller. Toby, go and help Hiro and bring him straight here. You should all be ready by then. Yes, sir, said Toby. The Fat Controller climbed on board Toby and they set off to the rescue. Toby was worried for Hiro. I hope he's all right, he puffed. Hiro moaned and groaned as the sheep got all around him. The driver and fireman tried their best to shoo them away, but they wouldn't move. The farmer couldn't get the sheep away from the track either.
Oh dear, sighed Hiro. We'll never get out of this mess.
Hiro looked at the sky. The sun was setting, and he hadn't spoken to any of the engines properly. Then he heard a bell he remembered.
It's Toby,
he smiled. Sure enough, Toby puffed into sight. He rang his bell and gently reached some steam.
God, get off with you,
shooed the fat controller. Hiro decided to help too. He gave a gentle whistle to shoo away the sheep. At last, all the sheep were back in their field, and the farmer closed the gate.
Phew, he said. That's that done.
Hiro smiled as he looked at Toby and the fat controller.
Thank you, Toby, he said. I don't know how long I could have put up with all that barring.
That's all right, Hiro, said Toby. Now, Hiro, said the fat controller, I would like you to follow us. We have a surprise for you.
Hiro was pleased to hear this. A surprise? For me? He asked.
So Hiro followed Toby along the tracks to Knapford Station. Hiro wondered what his surprise was.
Maybe it's something very special, he thought to himself.
When they reached the sheds, it was dark. Toby rang his bell and Hiro blew his whistle. Suddenly, all the lights came on. Hiro gasped by what he saw. There were all the engines, and they looked very happy to see him. Welcome back, Hiro! They all cheered. Hiro saw the big banner saying, Welcome back. He gave the biggest smile he had ever given.
Thank you, everyone,
he sniffed. He tried not to get emotional.
This is the best surprise I ever had.
A tear fell from his eye and then onto his buffer.
Is this why you didn't have time to talk to me? He asked.
Yes, it was, Hiro, said the fat controller. We all wanted to get this organised.
Well, sir, said Hiro, I love it so very much.
Hiro, smiled Thomas, I hear you have some stories you would like to tell us.
Please tell us how,
pleaded Whip.
We'd love to hear them,
agreed Molly. Hiro smiled happily.
Of course I will, my very good friends,
he beamed, and he blew a happy whistle. All the engines joined in, and as Hiro started to tell his stories, he knew that the Fat Controller's Railway was truly the best place he could possibly be.